So the next person I'm gonna bring in is Jimothy. Jimothy, you're on stream.
Hey, Jimothy, welcome to the Hasan Show.
Hello, how's it going, everybody?
Great.
Great, Jimothy.
All right, lads. First of all, I just want to say I'm sorry for being British. I'm just going to apologize to everyone.
Why? Why are you apologizing?
Yeah,
for
Charlie, you want to
being
go play Black Desert Online?
Yeah, man, I'm ready to
go
bow
off
out.
the English guy. No, I'm joking.
There's a lot to apologize for, you know. But yeah, no, pleasure to be on here. Pleasure to meet you guys.
Yeah, pleasure, mate.
Hell yeah.
That's terrible, Austin. Please don't do that.
All right.
So, like, what you thinking, bro? Like, tell us about your bird in it.
Rather silly in it. Sorry, bro.
Graft in there, right?
Yeah, mate.
Oh,
yeah, we
this
should
is a
probably turn
horrible
it up
idea,
a
wasn't
few notches to make you feel comfortable. Yeah.
You got a license for that
So, like,
accent,
I'm
bro.
like eating a pussy and all that.
Yeah. So you was eating a fanny, yeah.
Okay, he's gonna leave.
You
You
was
got 3
eating.
fingers in there.
Yeah, you was eating a fatty on the tube, mate.
Yeah.
Jimmy,
That's all
when
the-
you eat
that's all
pussy,
the
do you
advice
review
you
it
get.
like Top Gear?
No, because I'm from the north, right? We do things, we do things right
you
in
got,
the
yeah,
north.
you guys do things differently. You guys do ketamine. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The worst thing is, I do say fanny, so that's horrible.
I do. Yeah, I know.
Oh God. Okay,
talk now,
Timothy,
yeah.
what's
Anyway.
what's the problem, brother?
What's
Aside
up?
from being
So-
British.
That's that you can't help me with that. In general, so I'm 28 now. I'm 29 in April. Like I'm getting older, you know. And I have never dated in my life, right? It's not that I haven't tried to. It's not that I haven't really hoped to, but it's never happened. It just for some reason or another it hasn't happened. But I'm getting older now, and I'm noticing, especially with all my friends around me and stuff like that, people are way further ahead than me in that aspect. And that's also kind of a scary thing for me because I feel like everybody that maybe I would try and date or something is also ahead of me in that aspect, you know, like they know what dating's like, they know what to do, they know how it is. And it might be awkward for me to try and fit in there, you know, and try and start something with somebody. So yeah, basically I'm struggling to put myself out there more and try and, like, you know, find women that would be sort of interested in me, and that I would be interested to talk to as well. And also just stop trying to be like scared of fucking things up, if you get what I mean. Like I'm scared before I even go into anything because I feel like everybody else like knows this stuff. Like they're already ahead of me. They already know, like, you know, how to do this, how this stuff works, and I'm just coming along like, hey, you know, I haven't got a clue.
I'll take this one here. For a long time,
we've said so much shit. Charlie hasn't said much. Charlie should take this one.
This one's right in my wheelhouse, boys. I was in this same ballpark for the beginning of college. Granted, not 29. It was like 19, and I felt the same. I felt the same way though. All right, I felt the same way. I was like, "Fuck, everyone else is so far ahead. I'm so behind. I'm such a fucking loser." And then it hit me one day, like, I just need to go out of my comfort zone. So when it was spring break, there was nobody around. I went to like this dead ass fucking dive bar all by myself. And I did the SpongeBob walking on the beach dance. You know, remember that shit with like his legs?
Yeah.
And then I met a girl, got laid, and my life changed forever. Moral of the story, you just need to get out of that fear and just really do different wacky shit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like put yourself in a position where it's unfamiliar and you might find like something that you didn't expect. Like you can't go in there with that mindset. Like I didn't go there like I'm going to be a SpongeBob fucking weirdo at the bar, but I did and it worked. You know what I mean?
And Charlie's 5'6", man. So
And how tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
Oh, man, you're golden, man.
Hey, you have no excuse.
He's too tall. He's too tall.
Okay, so Charlie's absolutely correct. This is an advice that I give over and over again, and people constantly make fun of me for it. But it's like a muscle. Social anxiety is like a muscle, and you just have to work that out. And even if you don't immediately put yourself in a situation where you're like around women in a non-platonic capacity, there are steps that you can take that can lead up to a non-platonic capacity by starting off in a platonic capacity. Just start talking to people and start working that muscle out and trying to overcome your social anxiety. When you say you haven't dated, do you mean like you haven't had a serious girlfriend, or do you mean like literally have never had, you've never hooked up with a girl, anything like that at all?
No, yeah. So I've hooked up with girls multiple times. Yeah, sorry, chat flex. But
Congrats on the
sad
sex.
part is- thank you very much. The sad part is that was one a long time ago. Like it's been a while now. Like it's been years. And two, I think 90% of the times I had been incredibly drunk. Like this was when I used to go out a lot. Like I used to party like all the time at university and onwards. And like Charlie was saying, like going out there and just sort of doing some crazy shit and just being out there is kind of what I used to do. And I feel like I used to be a little bit more off the rails than I am now, kind of thing. But I also kind of like miss that in a way. Not like, being too wild and off the rails kind of thing, but I miss being able to go out of my comfort zone more. Like, now I'm a bit of a chubby funster, I'm a chunky king now. I've put on a bit of weight over time. But yeah, it's been a while. Sorry.
Do you feel like wait, Austin, did you want to say something?
No, I was no. That's all good.
You just yelling at me, Austin? Come on.
No, it was just funny.
Jim, why do you think you're not as off the rails? Did you get a good job? What happened?
Yeah, well, I mean, one, yeah, I got a much better job. I'm doing all right in that aspect. I don't know. I just feel like in terms of the fact that I think I tried a lot, especially when it comes to like the dating stuff. Like I tried to, I was into people like in the past. I've been quite into people in the past, but it's never been accepted. So I've always kind of just like, I think slowly over time, I've gotten more and more into my shell just because every time I came out, something bad would happen or whatever. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going back in. And I'm okay at this point, but yeah, it's hard to want to get back into that flow,
Hey, Jimothy, one thing I would say, man, is like when you're comparing your life to others, it's easy to look at people and be like, oh, they got married, they're ahead of me. Oh, they got a house, they're ahead of me. But what you're going to realize about life is that it's not a straight shot. It's a labyrinth. And just because people are doing things doesn't mean they're doing the right things. There are a lot of people who make really important life decisions when they're young, and they spend years of their life backtracking the shit that they did to get back where you are. No hangups, no ties, good job, lust for life. Okay? So you got to think of yourself as like you got a clean slate, you got your career figured out, which is I'm going to be honest, that's the most difficult part right now for most people. And so you have to kind of look at that as an advantage. Now, fear right now is your deterrent. You need to start using it as your motivator. You're afraid of making the wrong decision when you go out. Start getting afraid of living a life where you don't actually live. Envision yourself as an old, dried out man who is too afraid to get outside of his house, and use that image to scare you to get out of your house. And then the last piece of advice, a little less serious. If you want to get laid, come to the United States after COVID. There has been a dick drought, and that British accent that you apologize for will get you fucking knee deep in fanny, Gov. Fucking knee deep, Gov.
Automatically, have you heard of Love Island?
Yeah.
Will's advice is so good. Like I told him to just dance like fucking SpongeBob. Will gives him like some actual deep shit. Like
Will, you got a book? Like, what are you reading from? This shit is crazy.
Can I get that manual?
That fucking, it's not a straight shot, it's a labyrinth. Like, what song did you take that from?
We got Adept has joined us as well, by the way. To have more of a female
your
perspective.
Advice was great, Charlie. Don't worry.
Oh, thank you.
Nah, Charlie. Yeah, I like the SpongeBob thing. Charlie, I
I'm
think
gonna
that applies
try
to a
that
lot of people.
SpongeBob dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Will's advice is
town.
really good, but the SpongeBob dance as well, I think, could just be the little cherry on top.
That might be what you need.
Thing I need. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I think Will's talking your big picture, but I think Charlie's telling you the thing that you need to like just get the rust off, just get out the house and.
I think that's part of it.
One question for you, Jimothy. You're not like a devout Formula One fan or anything, right?
Absolutely not. No, my cousin works for the Formula One though.
Okay, as long as you're not a fan, you're gonna have a healthy relationship. You'll be all right.
All right, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Shout outs to stream discussion as well.
Thanks, Jim.
And thank you guys for everything. Appreciate it. Have a good evening.
Godspeed, man.
Good luck, Jim.
See you later, guys. Bye bye.
All right, wait, what the fuck's up with Formula One, bro?
No, I love Formula One. I'm a huge Formula One fan, but I think Formula One encourages argumentative behavior. So
Oh, that's just being on the internet, dude. That's like being.
Yeah, but
have
it's
you
like-
seen my Discord, dude?
Yeah, it's like one of the most it's one of the most brutal ones, in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, this
But
is just
go
like
ahead.
fucking Reddit. I feel you
No, well,
though.
I'm a Jets fan. Okay, I
Okay.
live
All right,
day
all
to
right,
day
fair.
ready to kill myself fighting with random strangers
All
on
right.
Twitter.
All
dude.
right.
That's so.
all
That's
right.
not even a joke, dude. That's one of the funniest things. Is like, you know, when you follow, like, I don't follow that many accounts, but like, of course, I follow Will, and I would see these like random ass like fucking 35 follower profiles on my with like dudes holding up like fish and stuff on my timeline. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And it turns out Will literally quote searches like. He literally keyword searches Jets related shit so we can argue with random strangers on the internet. And all these like fucking dudes holding up fishes and shit are on my timeline because Will was like arguing with them about the Jets under their profiles.
The
Oh
hustle.
my gosh, wait, searching on Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh,
Listen,
that's
I'm in-
embarrassing, Will.
I'm in deep. I'm in
No,
deep.
I'm the same way, but I used to. I'm a Vikings fan, and I used
So
to do
weird
that
to
on
me.
Twitter, but I
No.
stopped because I stopped after a while, because I thought I realized it, and I also had to stop liking sexy twinks because I'd like a sexy twink on Twitter, and the next thing you know, a bunch of my followers would be like, horny on Maine. You know, I'd be like, how the fuck did you guys figure this out?
Yeah, you just got to unfollow
I
Charlie.
think it's
I know
funny
it's
when
like
they
hard to
call me out.
resist, but
Yeah.
Dude, Austin's burner account is called The Big Show. You can go follow it.